At that time, it's
that
go mode at all time.
I'm about that action, you know. So, you know, I move like I move, and unfortunately, a young man lost his life right there.
That was in '93.
That was in '91.
'91, yeah. Quick come through it just like Texas. Somebody got killed at the concert.
Yeah, he said. Yeah, that's when he was doing that song. I in San Antonio. It's just like Compton.
San Antonio was just waiting to put us to the test. It was over. The show got deep. A fool got shot in the face and was dead in the street.
Just
Unfortunately,
like
you know, that's a young little papa, 16 years old.
Now San Antonio.
It's just like Compton.
Wow, at 16 years old. And how did they find out it was you? I just skipped through the.
It was a
whole
100 people.
Yeah.
100
Oh, they
people in
seen
the parking
that.
lot, you know what I mean? Like what he said in the song, like, you know, that ain't really necessarily what happened. You know, he just made a song.
Right.
But that song, pretty much, he was rhyming about what had happened when he came through San Antonio at that
yes,
time.
Sir.
That I did not know that, man. That's crazy.
It was over. The show got deep. A fool got shot in the face and was dead in the street.
Yeah, we on Boss Talk 101. Yeah, we gonna talk.
But in that, it keeps I always find, even when we was Pyrus, when our numbers were small, our strength was bigger. And when we start broadening out, we start becoming weaker. You know what I'm saying? So I find out all them little bitty sets, they be critical.
So we're probably one of the smallest projects, you know, it is, right? And I'm gonna just be honest with you, you know what I mean? Like,
let's go.
Like nobody gonna say I'm lying, you know what I mean? We didn't grab a hold to the Crips and Bloods, but we respect it 100% because we know it's real in every neighborhood, in every set. We know they repping it. We know it's real, and you're gonna have problems with them if you have to face off with them. You know?
Okay.
I'm from the Wheatley Courts. You know what I mean?
Okay.
What's the name of it?
Wheatland Courts.
Wheatley Courts.
Wheatley Courts.
Yeah.
Okay.
And if our big homeboy had told us y'all was gonna be Bloods or y'all was gonna be Crips, that's what we was gonna be.
Right.
Because that's what the big homies, you know, run the hood. He didn't give it to us.
Right.
So we just repped our neighborhood. You
That's
know?
right.
And by the time I was 16, majority of the Crips, majority of the Bloods, they want to be Wheatley Courts.
Okay.
Wow.
All right.
Y'all held it down like that.
He done done that year. He ready now.
And you stood on that even early on. You stood on that.
But see,
you stood on Wheatley Court even in juvenile. Wow.
I stood on Wheatley Courts today.
See, see after
like that.
After he did them 52 weeks. So you know about them 52 weeks, right?
It's like, but we still respect it. We know it's real.
Yeah.
But I'm saying, like, you know, we kind of became the big kahunas in the city.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
No cut.
No cut.
That's no cut.
Yeah. What happened? Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Whatever you do, and that's how you get the respect. I'm not UBN. I'm not bloodline. I'm this who we are, and we running it just like that. Whoever won it. You know what I'm saying? The Shotgun Crips said they was the first ones that ever said, we anybody killers. Y'all Crips bring it, Pyrus, Bloods bring it, we will, anybody come to Gardenia, y'all getting it.
Wow.
Damn, what the hell?
I want to ask you, like, even going into that 16, we talked about that. How old was you when you first went to the big house?
So when I was 16,
okay,
I ended up getting a murder case.
Okay.
And ended up going, being certified as an adult juvenile. I was 16.
They tried you as an adult?
Tried me as an adult.
Unfit juvenile.
But let me go back.
Okay, right? Let's talk about it.
Crips and Bloods had exploded, right? The summer just hit. We just squashed a small war, right? And so concerts coming, you know, and the homies like, we're not going, because we just squashed the war, so they're not moving, you know. But I say I'm going because, you know, ain't nobody gonna stop me from going nowhere. You know what I mean? Like it ain't happening. You know what I mean? And so let me tell you the lineup: DJ Quick,
want to be like Compton, San Antonio,
MC Breed, Second to None.
Second to None.
I want to say an artist out of San Antonio called PKO.
Okay.
Right. when you hear those names, right? Like, what comes to mind? When you hear those names, what comes to mind?
Gang banging.
Bloods.
Right.
DJ Quick for sure.
It's almost, they say second to none, like one of them was a blood, right? They said,
Quick.
Quick was a blood, They say MC Breed was a blood, that's what they were saying, So it's like a blood party now, right? Well, I ain't got nothing to do with that. But we all know when sets get together and be that deep, what happened?
Man, it's gonna be some problems.
Shit happens, right? So I got to go. So what I do? I go get my uniform.
Wow.
Right? I know it because I want to go see Quick, man. Quick was jumping. Good music. MC Breed, second line, they was jumping.
Yes, sir.
So I go get my uniform, right? So what I got to do? I got to look like them.
Okay.
And I'm not saying this in no boasting manner. I'm just trying to show you a young, sick, corrupt mind.
Correct.
Okay.
Right? I'm with the shits. Right? I go get me some white 501s, red shirt, red chucks, red bandanas. Yeah. And back then we used to put stuff on our shirts, right? So, I got a little popper right here on the front, and then in the back, guess what it say? It ain't like that.
Huh?
Ooh, it ain't like that.
It ain't like that. Okay.
Because everybody gonna think you're blood.
Okay.
And so I go there, before I go, I gotta get me 2 boxes of shells, and because I know
2 boxes.
I know
It's getting ready to be some corruption.
I know what it is.
Okay.
And just like I figured, and it wasn't really on me, but I'm gonna go back to, remember I was telling you about the laws that you given when you're young?
Yeah.
I take a brother from another neighborhood, right? Considered with the blue flag, right? Let's say that, they on the blue side of things. Because I had some extra tickets, I'm like, hey, go. And we get there, and something happened up in there to where he get into it with, basically he's yelling on the stage, and one of the brothers at him yelling on the stage, disrespectful stuff, you know what I mean? And it jumped off like that. You know the law. If they come with you,
They gotta leave with you.
so, But I'm about that action.
Yeah, at that time it's
I'm about that
it's
action.
go mode at all time.
I'm about that action, So, I move like I move, and unfortunately, a young man lost his life right there.
That was in 93?
That was in 91.
91, yeah. Quick come through here just like Texas. Somebody got killed at the concert.
Yeah, he said. Yeah, that's when he was doing that song. I in San Antonio. It's just like Compton.
San Antonio was just waiting to put us to the test. It was over, the show got deep, a fool got shot in the face and was dead in the street.
Just like
Unfortunately, that's a young little papa, 16 years old.
Now San Antonio.
It's just like Compton.
Wow, at 16 years old. And how did they find out it was you? I just skipped through the.
It was
whole
100 people.
Yeah.
100
Oh, they
people in
seen
the parking
that.
lot, you know what I mean? Like what he said in the song, like, that ain't really necessarily what happened. He just made a song.
Right.
But that song, pretty much, he was rhyming about what had happened when he came to San Antonio at that
yes,
time.
Sir.
That I did not know that,
Yeah,
man. That's crazy.
It was over, the show got deep, a fool got shot in the face and was dead in the street.
As he's
That's what I
saying
did 23
it,
years
I'm
ago.
listening to it.
Yeah. He wrote that rhyme after he left her, and he told a story
He
about
goes
San
just like-
Antonio.
yeah, San
And that was
Antonio.
when you went to see him that night.
That's
what I did
right.
23 years for.
You did 23 years.
Man got killed in the concert just like San Antonio's, just like Compton.
And so, let's walk me up to the point of you accepting this time and how they hand it to you. Because when you done face time, it's a process.
Yeah.
So this happened. Do they pick you up that night, or do you run? Or
They don't pick me up that night. A few days later, they pick me up. They ask me about. I don't. I never give no statements.
Right.
I don't have no story to tell. It's either I'm going to jail, or let me go.
Now San Antonio.
It's just like Compton.
Yeah, we on Boss Talk 101. Yeah, we gon' talk.